What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Uh, just completed week 2 of the season and didn't get the outcome we wanted. Obviously, went out there and lost to BYU, another team that we should have beat, another team that I think we're better than, and went out there and lost again. Now, I've been feeling a lot more optimism around the program, oddly enough, after that loss. And you look at it on paper, you say this team's 0-2 with losses to Georgia State and BYU. This team was predicted to do a lot better this season. This team has a lot of returning production from last season. And you say, well, how is, 0-2, how are fans showing any optimism after that? Well, I'll tell you the reason I'm showing optimism is because I saw a huge improvement from week 1 to week 2. I saw a huge improvement. If we can continue to improve in that way throughout the rest of the season, we're going to be a pretty good football team, I think, by the end of the season. We are a young football team. People don't want to hear that. We're young. Okay? Especially on defense. Pruitt was talking about it the other day and mentioned, we had 7 returning stars on defense. 4 of those were Dane Batuli, Bryce Thompson, Emmett Gooden, and Balin Buchanan. So that leaves us to with three returning starters from last year's team. And so, we got 8 new guys playing over there, at least, not counting the guys we're rotating in there. And, we got some freshmen over there getting some snaps, guys playing a little bit different positions here and there. So we are a young team, and the way that they responded after coming out week 1 and kind of dropping an egg, I'm encouraged by it. I'm encouraged by the improvement we saw with the play calling in terms of defensively being more aggressive. You saw a lot more blitzing, a little bit more press man. It's not like I saw last week where Georgia State came out in these formations and we weren't even matching up with them. We were actually aligning properly. It just seemed like there was a lot more fire, a lot more passion out there in the field. Guys were playing hard. And we played a lot better. Okay, we played a lot better. Just still falling short in terms of making good open field tackles. And, we had a few, but still need to get better there. Still not getting any pass rush, really. Darryl Taylor did a little something for us, but still not anywhere near where it needs to be. And we did try to manufacture some more with the way we were blitzing and bringing in, blitzing DBs and backers and all that stuff. But still not quite getting there enough. And, it's just some guys just flat not getting it done. Daryl Middleton's one of those guys, just flat doesn't get it done. Our D-line right now is the weak link of our team. And coming into it on paper, I thought these guys had potential, seeing little snippets of them from last season, seeing some of their films from, JUCO, wherever they came from, seeing their film from Michigan or wherever it was, Bobby Solomon. I just expect them to give us a lot more. But they're not giving us anything. And it's going to be a deal where it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough because our D-line is garbage right now. Okay? We're going to go out there. We're going to play Florida. They're going to run down our throats. And we got Georgia. They're going to run down our throats. How do we stop those type of teams? You know what I'm saying? And the only way you say, well, the only way to do it is to stack the box. We got to be putting like 7, 8 guys in the box at least. Okay? And then that puts a lot of stress on us in the back end. And we've seen so far this year, our back end looks awful. You talk about 2 players that have regressed, in my opinion, from last season. You got to say Nigel Warrior. You got to say Alontae Taylor. They look pretty bad out there right now. I don't have any confidence in their ability to be able to cover guys, man coverage. And so we're going to be susceptible to the big play. But you know what? I may rather go ahead and take my chances with that. Let's go ahead and stack the box, force these guys to, get the snap, get the throw off, and make the catch down the field, as opposed to just letting them turn around, hand it off, and run for 9, 10 yards every play. I'd rather stack the box and take my chances with the deep ball. But that's a long way off. But I was encouraged by what I saw against BYU, just in terms of the improvement. Speaking offensively, one of my criticisms from last week or from the Georgia State week was the run game was working and we didn't stick with it. This week, I saw Chaney made a conscientious effort to really continue to force the rock, to our backs, continue to hand it off. I mean, they weren't stopping it, so let's not change it if they're not stopping it. And we had a few drives stall out there, for various reasons, but ultimately we were moving the ball at will on the ground. We were having good success running it. Ty Chandler did a great job. Eric Gray did a great job, and I was so happy to see us feature him more. So happy to see that after one game of seeing him, we were able to say, hey, you know what, this guy needs to get the ball a lot more, because he does. He's a game changer. He can break it. He'll make a guy miss, and he's always a player. He's always a step or two away from breaking that thing all the way. So I think he'll continue to develop that confidence. Expect a big game from him this week against UT Chat for sure. But love what I saw there. Not sure why Tim Jordan didn't get in the game at all. And it was almost a little bit concerning to me, honestly. We ran the ball so much, and just looking at the guys we're giving the ball to, Ty Chandler, 201, the guy I'm listed as, and then Eric Gray, 195 is what he's listed as. Those guys, they were running that ball, and they weren't running out of bounds. They were hitting up in there. They were taking some hits. And I was like, man, I love us getting these yards, and I love us giving it to our best guys, but how long can they hold up like this? And that's something that kind of a question mark that I kind of have, and a little bit of a concern I have. Hopefully it's not anything, but it does seem to me like something that might come up at some point, especially when we get into conference play and playing against those teams that got some dogs out there, and they might actually really start to wear these guys down. So, but hopefully we'll cross the bridge when we come to it. Maybe you might see Jeremy Banks, maybe Crouch, maybe get some carries here and there. Who knows? Liked us getting Juwan Jennings in a Wildcat package. I think he had a seam there. He should have hit the seam, in my opinion. He had a pretty good seam. Didn't hit it. Tried to make a little too much happen, I think. But maybe we'll see more of that. Just getting creative, trying to get the ball in our playmaker's hands. So I was encouraged by what Chaney did offensively. Kind of took the game out of Garantano's hands. Garantano still made some mistakes, still missed some open receivers, still threw a bad interception. And I mean, I just think if we're able to get consistent play out of our quarterback, we could be really, really special offensively. And this is probably the best year for the foreseeable future, in my opinion, in terms of what our offensive production can be, because we have all those big-time receivers, okay? And I believe all three of them are going to be gone, right? I don't know if Palmer's a junior or a senior, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be gone this year. So we're going to be losing Jennings, Callaway, Palmer. That's our top three guys. We got to replace all those guys. Right now we have a pretty good run game, and we have great receivers and a pretty good tight end in DWA. If we have a quarterback that could actually get the ball to those guys, you could be able to compare offense to those, to the likes of USC back when they had Reggie Bush and all those guys, just because they had all those vertical threats, but they also could run the ball at you as well, and they had a quarterback that could push down the field. If we had Harrison Bailey this year, forget about it. I don't care if it's two freshmen, forget about it, because we're play action you. We're taking shots down the field, we're running at you. We're getting 1-1 matchups because you gotta put 7 in the box, at least 7-8 in the box, at least to try to stop our run game. We're getting 1-1 matchups on perimeter. You can't double everybody. We're taking shots down the freaking field, and it's a beautiful thing. But Garantano's not showing the consistency there to be able to do that, and it's unfortunate because I think the O-line is showing more consistency and is keeping him upright a lot better. And I think Garantano deserves a little bit of credit for that. I think he's doing a better job of avoiding the sacks. He's getting rid of the ball, right? Like last year, just think back to last year. It was clear as day he's about to get whacked. We could see the blitz, the guys blitzing coming free, and he doesn't care. He just stands there and takes it. He'll at least throw it. He'll run a little bit. So he's doing a better job there. I think that's also contributing to the perceived improvement of the offensive line play. But I think the O-line is playing a lot better despite us rotating so many guys in there, giving them different looks. We still look improved, in my opinion. I would like to see us maybe try to hone it down to 5, 6, 7 guys that we really just rotate and get some more continuity there so that we can just improve. But overall, I have no complaints with the O-line play. I think they're doing a great job up there. Brandon Kennedy, I know Pruitt said he was the best lineman, one of the best linemen from week 1. In my opinion, he hasn't looked good. He's still doing that same thing he did against West Virginia last season, where he'll just miss blocks. Just misses blocks like you wouldn't believe. It just looks awful doing it. and we're gonna blow up in the backfield. I know it's like a 3rd and 1, maybe even a 4th and 1, where he got Eric Gray killed in the backfield because he freaking whiffs on the nose guard, whiffs on him, absolutely whiffs on the guy, and plays blown up before he even gets started. So he's really the one guy I feel like we gotta see if somebody else can do it. I mean, Carvin, maybe get Johnson back in there. Who knows? But let's see if there's anyone else. But we look great everywhere else, in my opinion. Juwan Jenks still playing well. You know, we like to see us get Palmer involved. I know he took a deep shot to him early, but it was overthrown. It was an overthrown pass, and he's gonna get past the daggum secondary, man. He's gonna get past those guys. We gotta be able to put it up there, give him a chance. And something I've learned about these deep balls, yeah, if you can hit the guy in stride, that's phenomenal. Okay, that's phenomenal. But don't be scared to underthrow these guys a little bit, because I see everybody else doing it. Ball's underthrown. DB's lost because he's chasing the receiver. He can't see the ball, and so it's a tough situation for a DB to be in because the pass interference is a risk there, and you can't see the ball, right? So it's tough. You don't really know where the ball is. A lot of times the receivers make those plays. So I would rather see let's underthrow it, give the guy a chance to come back and make a contested catch, as opposed to, oh, I'm going to try to hit him in stride here and get the touchdown, whatever it is. Because Garantano, you haven't been hitting those. Okay, you haven't been hitting those. So just throw it up in his vicinity and give him a chance. I'd like to see us start maybe doing that. Because, I mean, that's what all the big-time quarterbacks are doing these days. They're just throwing it up and giving guys a chance to make plays. So let's start doing a little more of that. Freshmen. I want to see more freshmen out there. Saw a lot more Crouch. Saw him playing some inside backer. He looked good. He almost had a pick on the sideline to clinch the game. Didn't catch it, and it was way out of bounds. But, I mean, great play. The freshmen really show up, and that's the beautiful thing. Pretty much anyone that Pruitt's brought in, save maybe these JUCO guys, all the freshmen he's brought in that are getting on the field are game changers. You Crouch, you see Henry T, you see Eric Gray. I saw Roman Harrison out there a little bit. He looked good, in my opinion. He almost had a sack one play. I think it was on that 3rd down. Or no. It was one of those plays on that drive. He almost had a sack and got held. Nobody called it. Whatever. Ends up costing us the ball game ultimately, but whatever it is. So he's going to help us out this year, I think, and still want to see Elijah Simmons. I'm still itching to see Tank McCullough, itching to see Tyus Fields, Aaron Beasley. I know he's playing running back now, but I mean, heck, I don't know. We got to figure something out for our secondary, because right now our secondary is very porous, in my opinion. Warren Burrell, he's a true freshman. He's learning, but I'm very disappointed in Lante Taylor and how he's been playing. Cost us the game. I mean, you hate to put on one play, but what was he thinking? I don't know what the coverage was. Pruitt said whatever the coverage was, it was one that's designed to not give up the big play. So I'm assuming it was at the least cover 3, at the very least. So Lante Taylor should have been deep. I don't know what he was doing. No matter what the call was, another situation, 20 seconds left on the freaking game clock, wherever it was, 10 seconds on the game clock. Let's not freaking play the short route here, okay? Let's not do that when they're on their own 15-yard line, wherever they're at. Okay, let's not do that, buddy. Common sense 101. But I guess he didn't pass that class because didn't show any common sense there at all. And just things like that, and it's so frustrating because we won the yardage battle. I feel like we dominated the game for the most part. They had a little too much success moving the ball, in my opinion, but overall we dominated the game. And for us to go out there and still lose in that fashion, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. But at the same time, it's encouraging because I saw big improvement. And I think we can continue to ride behind this team. Hopefully we see more improvement next week. Pruitt said more freshmen will get in the game. Hopefully some of those names I mentioned, the Tank McCulloughs and Tyus Fields and Elijah Simmons and those guys get in the game, because I think they can give us something, especially from a physicality standpoint. I think those guys will just come down and tackle, and that's what I want to see. Some guys come down and tackle and thumping. But overall, pleased with what I saw from Pruitt and the adjustments his staff made. And I think it's becoming more and more evident how much of a rebuild this really is. If you turn on any other game, you just look at the guys on these other teams. They just look better than our guys. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. And we're playing an uphill battle here, and it's going to take some time. It is, and I think Pruitt and his bunch did good to get out of what they get what they got out of this team last year. They did good to get those 5 wins and beat Auburn and beat Kentucky and those guys. They did good to do that, and we still have a long way to go. It's just a dang shame what Butch Jones did this roster, and that's who I put the blame on. I still take it back to Butch Jones because this is his roster. These guys are his freaking guys. Okay? These are his guys that he brought on board. And, say maybe Jawan Jennings, Trey Smith, maybe a handful of other guys. He didn't bring on anybody that can help this team win. So, Pruitt's doing all he can. From what I've been hearing, it sounds like recruiting is staying intact. That's a big thing for me. I just want to continue to recruit because no one expected us to really be a national contender this year. But, for us to at least be able to continue to recruit was my main thing coming to the season. And you know what? Honestly, a lot of times these recruits, they aren't looking at wins, losses. Sometimes they are, but a lot of times they want to see the opportunity to come in and play early. They want to see that type of scheme that fits their play style. They want relationships and just a good environment to play in. And I think what Vol Nation did in Neyland on Saturday, phenomenal. Putting out what was like 92,000, 95,000 fans in the stands after a big-time opening game loss. And that place was rocking, man. Place was rocking. So I was very pleased with that. Hopefully we can continue to support this team. I don't expect a huge turnout this week against UT Chat. If it is, that'd be awesome. Just really show these players and show these coaches that we stand behind Pruitt. Because here's the deal. The people who are calling for Pruitt's head, let me tell you what. It's going to put us in even more of a hole. Because number one, he's recruiting right now, okay? He's bringing players on. If we get rid of him, we'll probably get rid of this whole staff. All these players that we've recruited are going to be gone, okay? The ones that are coming in next year are going to be gone. The ones we have now, Henry T and those guys, Crouch, they're going to be gone probably. Okay, we're going to really just deplete everything we have, and we're going to start from scratch again. We know how starting from scratch is. It sucks. It sucks, okay? Let's go ahead and continue to write this thing out, okay? Give the guy some time. I said the sweet spot, give him a good solid 4 years. A good solid 4 years. He's had 4 classes come in. It's fully his roster now. What's he going to do with that? And I think then we'll really know. So I'm still looking at this season. I want to see improvement from week to week. If we're going to improve as much each week as we did from week 1 to week 2, I think we have a chance to actually win some games. And, we'll kind of maybe have a season where we finish the season on a hot streak, maybe, 3-4 game win streak. People are saying, oh, okay. It's looking up for Tennessee again next season, right? So, but yeah, that's my take on it. I'm still excited about the future. Disappointed that we lost, but I think that there is still definitely potential for us to do something with this roster, and is excited to see what's going to happen moving forward. But as always, man, thank you guys for watching. Please leave your comments below. Anything you want to talk about, let me know, and I'll be happy to get back to you in the comment section.